Welcome to the channel for the first time viewers. Welcome back for my existing subscribers. Today we're going to talk about FSR, my thoughts on it so far. I'm not going to make this a long-winded video. I kind of want to get through this before the benchmarks finish. If you're not really interested in my thoughts, you can kind of mute the video and just watch the benchmark portion of it. So I'm going to be using Godfall with RTX 3080. My CPU is a 5900X. I ran this the other day on my RX 6900 XT and my 10900K CPU. It looks pretty good, right? I didn't run all the presets. I'm going to try to run the same presets today. So ray tracing off, not DLSS, but FSR on Ultra Quality, and then also performance mode. So you can see just the widest three options. Now, the reason I say that is because on the AMD card, it added quite a bit of FPS. I want to say it was about like 30 FPS on Ultra Quality, and then on performance, it was almost double, right? But I want to see FSR running on a high-end current NVIDIA card. I've already seen it on the 1060s, and it looks pretty good, right? I think it was Rift Breakers is the other game that this runs on. And my thoughts on the feature overall is that I think it's a winner. I think it's really fantastic just to have the option, right? You don't need to go with that option. I know somebody commented that, they think it's a scam because they can lower their quality, have the same end result. But to me, I don't really think it works that way. I'm going to link the blog article below. To me, it is very in line with DLSS. And even using Radeon image sharpening, I couldn't really match the performance of DLSS, although it wasn't on the same graphics card, right? So I had a RTX 3080 and a 6900 XT, trying to see if I lowered it to 1080p and used Radeon image sharpening, which one looked better. And DLSS looked sharp, or not sharper. It looked like a higher resolution in comparison to Radeon image sharpening. And there's just some things that you can't really, that's not settings for, right? So with that said, I think that it would be insane to see, a lot more games adopt FSR. And I think it could happen because the console side of things, right? So you have the PS5 and the Xbox Series consoles that are going to be able to support AMD, right? And the AMD technology. So as a developer, it then becomes, does NVIDIA hand you the bag and then you end up, developing for them, or do you use FSR? So that's going to be very interesting to see how it plays out. I also think that the fact that, it's in the state that it's in version 1.0, it was worth the wait, right? Now, the amount of games I supported is whack. It's terrible. It's like, there's like, I think it's like 11 games. It's not a lot of games. I'm looking forward to trying it in Far Cry 6 just to see if I could push the frame rates, at 144 or 165 on my NVIDIA card and see where it sits, how it looks, right? Because I want to get the max performance, but I don't need anything too crazy on a story-driven game. Where it's going to really make sense, because I know Siege, I think, just got DLSS. I haven't tested it, but I did my new driver updates on my 3080, and it said that Siege supports DLSS, so that would be interesting. So that's exactly what I'm talking about, like that comparison between games, like what is going to use DLSS, what is going to use FSR, and who's going to end up ultimately winning. I think AMD has a good chance, especially since the fact that it works on older cards that don't support ray tracing, whereas DLSS, you need a RTX card, so 2000 or 3000 series. And it's just going to be up to NVIDIA to kind of spend that bag on the developers to make sure that their game, a lot of making sure, right? They're going to have to make sure that their game supports their technology. But if the developer wants to reach the most people and give the best gaming experience to the most people, which I don't know if it will always be the case, especially if you need help developing your game cost-wise, then they'll definitely be choosing FSR. And from what AMD says and what AMD sponsored developers say, FSR was easier to develop on. So we shall see. I'm gonna go ahead and cut out from here. Let me know what your thoughts on FSR are in the I'm done. Let me know your thoughts on FSR in the comment section below, and I'll catch up with y'all in the next one. Y'all be easy. Enjoy the rest of the video.